watch some real rap shit. It's dark. Legit. I mean, that's why it's like it's giving me like a Zelda vibe. I should think y'all would what's a little Wu-Tang? It gives me like it's like old school, but like it's for people that like real rapping. And this is out your record label, right?
Yeah, all of us.
Together? As a record label?
Nah, everybody got their own record label.
But how's this? Y'all just all a collab from all record labels?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You made your merch yet and all that?
We designing it. Nah.
Bomba clads. Bomba clads.
Man's come big stamp.
You don't want no excavator beef patty, chicken patty.
All right.
Let's get it going.
Okay, Nicolette. Okay, Nicolette.
It's all for you.
Is there a tripod for this?
You want to like prop it up right here? That's what we do.
Yo. What's happening, bro?
Peace.
So, we rolling?
Yeah.
Rolling.
So, today is a proud day for me because, you know, my nephews came in here, brought y'all in, played your project. I like the project. I like the focus. I like the potential. You know, introduce yourself.
Peace, first of all, I appreciate you. And I'm honored to be here. You know, so, you know, I'm Uncle John from Washington, D.C., born and raised. You know what I'm saying? Specifically from Southeast. You know, but, you know, the whole district is me. You know, I'm everywhere. Southeast, uptown, everywhere. So, you know, I'm here.
So, I was watching the doc. You know, Stevie's my nephew.
Right.
And Dash is my nephew. I call him Little Darian, but that's between us. Sorry about that. But they showed me what they were doing, the assets, and I liked it. You know, there was a point of view. I noticed y'all didn't use music on purpose. Very artistic, showcasing the process. You want to talk about that?
It most definitely, content is king, you know, so Stevie, man, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Stevie, you know, I mean, of course, all of us, you know.
Stevie!
You know, Stevie, but, you know, all of us, though, you know, everyone is hands-on with their own craft, you know. As an individual artist myself, I record myself, I shoot my own videos, I edit my own videos.
Video I saw was sick too.
Appreciate you, thank you.
You did that?
Nah, I didn't do that one. I ain't do that one. Shout out to Mosh Pit. Peace, Mosh Pit. You know what I'm talking about?
I feel like he takes mushrooms. He be boom.
Mosh Pit, that's my dog.
He get it from me.
That's my bag. Get it from me. You know, but appreciate you. Thank you. Again, Stevie, you know what I'm saying? Like that idea of,
Oh, Stevie.
Yeah,
Come on, Stevie. We saying Stevie. Let me see. Come on, Stevie.
Stevie.
Stevie! My nephew. Look at the camera, Stevie.
Damn, what you talking about?
You know what I mean?
Stevie is like
Come
that.
here, Stevie.
Yeah, come over here.
You know? She's saying, you know, part of this whole process, Stevie.
Yeah. So, you know, mansion, we got us a mansion upstate New York. You know what I'm saying? And the concept was based on having a bizarre dinner. So, you know, we had just like random acts of just, you know, different, you know, rocks.
Group, tell me how you met the whole crew, including my cousin, got my nephew. Tell me how that happened.
Most definitely, you know, social media, you know, it do its thing, you know, with the rap shit, you know. First of all, like, you know, I'm still coming up. You know, I'm doing my thing right now, but I'm coming up. In 2011, 2012, like, Dash was already an artist that I was already, you know, that was in my playlist, everyday playlist, you know. So based off the sound I was making, I manifested that I was going to be able to work with him. We was going to cross paths, and 5 years later, 6 years later, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? I came across his radar. He been on my radar, but I came across his radar. He was fucking with me. Reached out, boom, we connect. Minutes men, I go up to a show, you know, and we build. Stevie was Stevie shit me. Stevie was on that too. Stevie made the call first.
Stevie!
You know what I'm saying? Stevie made that call first. Like, I see what you doing, huh? I said salute. You know, so we go from there. And you know, I'm like, shit, if I could get a song, bro, you know, that'd be peace. But shit, let's do an album, you know, let's be
Project.
we with it.
Like that. So y'all on some real rap shit. I like
Real,
that.
yeah, we really rock.
Alright. Yo, y'all wanna come up?
Yeah, if y'all finish and I'm gonna come up and we gonna do it.
I will tell Clay that you got minimum
Peace,
time.
peace.
So no, so just tell them where you know where they can find you, what you see for the future, close it up. Anything you wanna say?
Honey sweeter than blood, man. We about to drop a legendary classic album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's beyond what it is, beyond just the album. Is we in the process of making history. You know, you can find me Uncle John. I'm gonna come across your radar anyway. Instagram, Unc Nasty, ANKH. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas be thinking it's Uncle John. You know, look up what an Unc is. You know, just do some little knowledge. Ankle is not even an H in fucking ankle. What the fuck? Like, what school these niggas go to? You know what I mean? Like, follow me, man. Get with me. Peace. AID coming. Look, there is all for you.
From the rafters.
Hey, I'm on you. Peace. You Unc now, because he's my brother, so you Unc now. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be in, coach.
Alright. So what's happening, bro?
You have no idea,
Music behind everything. Introduce yourself to everybody.
man. First of all, I go by the name of KID, artist, producer, extraordinaire, also known as Look Damien. It's all for you.
bro.
What you doing? What you doing?
Thank you.
They probably seeing in my nose just now when I was over in that lot. I'm telling you, I should do a little show. Woo.
Let's go.
Take it up.
We was made for this. No kids.
Ready? Ready, Nicolette?
Yeah.
He got his eyes closed. Off the top.
It's light is off. I know it's not off.
So yeah, tell me how you all linked up.
First off, me and Uncle John was just working on a lot of music. I'm from DC as well.
Mm-hmm.
Born in DC, moved to Virginia, spent some time there, came back to the city. But me and Uncle John was just working on a lot of music, and it was just making a lot of sense, you know. And I felt like he just felt it was best that, you know, Dash comes to the city, come to, you know, my studio is called the Red Room Studio. That he comes to the studio and, you know, try it out, see what works. You know, we kind of just sat down first as men, you know, broke bread a little bit, and, you know, figured out each other as human beings, and then we kind of got into the records. Like, we made like three joints, 4 joints that night.
So we were speaking, you know, in the garage, and you were telling me about what you were visualizing for the future. You want to share that?
So, firstly, you know, on scale 1, obviously, to production-wise, be one of the you know top names in what we do and what we call this industry. You know, that's first. Secondly, I actually have a corporation or business right now called the Health Agency Corporation. I basically want to do that. I want to scale that from clothing, record label, to eventually production, and as well as you know, development, like the community I was telling you about. You know, and that's
Your own little ecosystem.
yeah, that's final skill. 'Cause we, you know, like Unc said earlier, you know, none of this matters if we don't own it. You know, we learned that from you. You know what I'm saying?
I love the newer generation. It was so hard to tell that to people that were older than me or my age.
I believe.
It's crazy. But anyway, new patterns.
You know why?
Glad y'all thinking like that.
You know why? Because it was no, at the time y'all was still making it work. There was no real example just yet. And we got more examples, you know, to really, you know, base our whole structure on.
Yeah. And it's good to see independence doing well, because you can do well as an independent.
No, seen it.
You have a great time. Anything else you want to wrap up and tell them where to find you and what to expect in the future?
Yeah, man, Honey Sweeter Than Blood, man, it's the one. We spent 2 years, you know, through this pandemic, through a whole lot, just, you know, putting this body of work together that wasn't even necessarily supposed to be that in the first place. You know, we made it that, you know, as brothers and as men, you know, sat down and really put this beautiful piece of work together. So, Honey Sweeter Than Blood, Luke Damien, Health Agency, .rip, you know what I'm saying? Get your merch. Get your, you know, we coming out like BBC. You know, that's my whole scale.
This is what I want you to do. Because Dash and Stevie, they don't talk a lot about a lot of shit. I actually remember them like in diapers. You know what I mean? And they used to come, and my son's their age, and they used to, every weekend they rap my house, summers they rap, everywhere I went, they were with me. You know what I mean? So I'm glad to see that they remain cool. It's hard to remain cool. You know what I mean? And they went and found cool on their own. But they put me through a lot.
I can imagine.
They really did. So ask them about it. And make sure when y'all get that bread that come to see them.
Yeah, you know, we always coming back home, you know what I'm saying?
Make sure it's your mind there.
I'm on
Steve's gonna come back.
I was on about coming here because you know what I'm saying. Like you said, you bred that independence in us. You know what I'm saying. And essentially, you know, we want to do this shit ourselves. You know what I'm saying. But gotta come see the law sometimes.
Appreciate that.
Sure.
Keep it straight. Look out. All right, you look like y'all doing the right thing. Make sure you know y'all give me autographs, all the merch. I get it all first when y'all pop in. Everything. All right. Got my nephew. Nephew. Dash. Dash. Damn right.
You got it. I'm done. Damn right. That's just weird when I pop through. That's I like that.
That's good. I gave you some theme music. I just gave you a little jewelry to wear. I'll take it back and put it back on my neck.
I need that.
So, because my name is Dash too.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. So, Dash. You know, it's hard to just interview you like I don't. You know, because you go through a lot of the things that I go through, like loss of people you love.
Yeah.
Lost at the same time, lost baby, all type of shit.
Wow, shit.
Right. But the common denominator is we still laugh. We know how to charge it to the game.
Gotta charge it.
And we still use our pain and make us strong.
I mean, if we not gonna use it, what's this for? You know what I mean? I ain't gonna let it destroy me. I'm gonna work it.
Yeah, and I remember conversations we would have, and I'd be like, damn, you're going through the same, because rock stars go through shit.
Yeah, you got to.
That's what makes you a rock star. I'm going through a lot of rock star shit I'm going through. I already know some good shit's gonna happen for you if you survive this. Stay positive, and you always have. Actually came back better. So despite all the bullshit y'all put me through, I'm gonna give it a pass.
Appreciate that.
Because of where you at now.
Thank you, man.
But I still need my rock and roll check.
I got you.
All that loose line, it's all good. Yeah, I want one of these,
That's more.
Nah, you gotta do bigger though.
Yeah, that's some chunky shit.
Yeah, you chunk. Pause.
Pause.
So anyway.
Pause for the rest of this whole shit.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I'm listening to the music and I'm like, wow, this is some real rap shit. Tell me about it.
Well, you know, I mean, from when you even told me, like when I was coming out of high school and shit, and I seen you that day, like I hadn't seen you for a while. You seen me, it was like, you rapping? I'm like, yeah. You're like, well, I'm not really in music no more, but I can show y'all niggas how to get some money with this shit if y'all serious. Like, niggas kind of took it serious, you know? And hell yeah. Like, well, I didn't kind of take it serious, I took it serious. And you sing, you know what I mean? I don't really rap. Like, I don't rap halfway. And I don't rap about no shit I'm not walking, you know what I mean? I walk it like I told you so.
Well, what I've seen over the last, 10 years is a lot of the root of what's going on with the younger kids, because I'm 50. But y'all were like the DNA of a lot of that. It's like, a version of what y'all were doing. And y'all were really outside, really been running around the world performing in Paris, in Japan, in London. I like that shit.
Feel me, man. Thank you, man.
I actually remember making, going through a show camp.
Yeah.
Making do shows in the basement.
True.
And I've spent a lot of time with people that have gone and done legendary things. Y'all put me on the Wiz Khalifa, Currency, the Cool Kids, all that shit. So I always knew what was going on. And now, you guys know what's supposed to be going on. Right?
You always going on.
So what's that gonna look like, Dash?
It's looking great already. It's gonna look better. You know what I mean? We prepared for what we got coming. We've been preparing. You know what I mean? Through everything. You know what I mean? Like you said, niggas go through things, and along with myself, I'm go through things, kid go through things, Stevie go through things. Niggas stand over what we go through though. You know what I mean? So I know. You know what I mean? Get darkest before dawn type shit. Not even being no cliche shit. You know what I mean?
I see that. I'm that shit.
You know.
So we both have babies.
Yes, we do.
Same time.
For sure.
Like,
Kids the
months
same
apart.
age.
So now we're the same age.
For sure.
Welcome to my age.
For sure.
Well, there's a different respect that comes when you have a baby, taking care of it, doing what you gotta do, because you know not only you gotta eat, that you gotta feed your family.
Yeah, it's like I was having a conversation with John, my man Uncle John, one day.
He just had a baby too.
He just had a baby too. You feel
Shout
me?
out to your baby.
You know what I mean?
All
That's
good,
how
good
my
for
whole
this.
man ran.
That's all that counts.
Ace, Dusko, little niggas, you know what I mean? Gonna tear it up.
I like Ace, that's a good name.
Nah, yeah,
Dusko
I like
and Ace
Dusko.
is
Dusko and
crazy.
Ace is crazy. My
It's
man's
crazy.
son's name is Rain.
It's
It's
crazy.
Rain. It's fire. You know? It's good.
It's gonna be terrorization.
Nah, but we was talking and niggas was like, yo, it's kind of a lower percentage, you know what I mean, of young black men even right now that be in their child's lives, you know what I mean, as far as let alone rappers, you know what I mean, and really making it work, you know what I mean, type shit. So it's something different, like niggas is experiencing new, you know what I mean, this ain't your first kid, like you done done this shit a few times already.
Plus
So,
young.
yeah.
I always thought it looked mad cool taking care of your kids.
I feel like that's the fly shit you could do.
And it
Like,
looks cool.
ain't the hardest
Not,
shit.
and especially when you take care of your kids and all your nephews.
Yeah, for sure.
Remember camp?
Yeah, camp was fun until we got kicked
I
out.
used to send barbers up there, video games. Like I said, or every state property, every Rockaware.
Yeah, it's true.
Just still had to fucking shut the camp down.
I mean, you gotta understand, like, it should be in us, not on us, huh? It's not, you know what I mean? You know that. That shit is really in you, not on you. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's gonna happen regardless.
I'm glad you said pause for the whole shit.
You know what I mean? I already did that, though. You can't do that. Look, how you doing that?
I said I'm glad. I just said pause for that. Dumb shit.
Yeah, I handled
Yeah,
it. It was alright.
I can dig it.
But man, nigga, fuck out of it.
Niggas crashed up a lot of cars too.
Yeah.
But you know, that's all in the past. So I like where you're at. You want to talk about how you got what you're cool and what you see for the future?
Yeah, well, like they were saying, like I met Unc first, you know what I mean? I ended up being out the country when we got in contact. I was in Paris, but niggas was just building a lot, you know what I mean? Shopping and bought a lot of different shit past the rap shit. So when I got back to America, you know what I mean? Yeah, I called him and nigga, day his son dropped, I ended up hitting him, nigga answered and was like, yo, my son being born right now, it's crazy, you just called, word too. But then when I came back to America, I had came to DC maybe like a week or two after I got back so we could work. And I figured we was probably gonna do a song or two. Like I already thought about like, yo, let's do an EP. Like when I called them, like, yo, we should do a little something, like really work on something. But then when I got down there, niggas did 4 songs the first night, 3 songs the second night, 4 songs the third night, you know what I mean? Like, and it was seamless shit. It wasn't nothing that was forced, it was real effortless. And like through that, niggas was getting to know each other and really like build and break bread on shit, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's a bit more than just niggas rapping together, this album.
Well, I can say this, you know, I've seen you evolve, and you know, you always have different, depending on where you're at, sort of different crew. I like this crew for you. Yeah, you're saying great shit. Like sometimes I remember when you guys were younger. Y'all be saying some shit. First of all, get this nigga out of here. Doesn't it? I remember kicking a lot of your friends out. Right?
Yeah.
You was probably right about that.
Nah, you was right about a lot.
Probably right
Nah,
about
you was right though. Like look at me like you was right like every time. Like to the thorough extent to where it's like, damn, this nigga was right. You be right a lot though. I ain't finna even blow the bubble up. It's cool. I know.
It's
You know what I mean?
frustrating being right all the time.
Oh shit, gotta be.
Well,
It'd be frustrating for me. I
you
can only imagine for
you
you.
always get the appreciation later, and you know you will. So you be like, I'll see you later. You know, I ain't going to sustain no disrespect ever. You know. So what's it like being Damon Dash's nephew?
This nigga head. He's been waiting all day to ask that question. All day. That nigga's been waiting 12 hours to ask that shit.
I came out on a Saturday to ask that.
Man, I'll be honest, you taught me how to ball hard, man. I honestly think you really like ball hard for like 25 years, but like really ball like the mean of it, like take care of your people. Like show everybody else how to really get money and get rich and take care of their people, like instilling some hustle in people, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really, it's not like when you give somebody a fish, it's teaching them how to fish, you know what I mean? That's something worse, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like I believe when you tell me shit, I'm able to follow you. I'm not able to follow a lot of shit in my life, you know?
And you know, I like you and Stevie, you know, still as a family, still work together.
Blood family,
Yeah, but a lot of times blood family can't work together.
you know, well, you got it, you know what I mean?
Me and your father used to work together.
I remember, yeah.
So, what's that like?
I don't know what any of my life would be if I ain't had this nigga, for real, I think. For sure, he make it to where I can focus on what I gotta focus on and be who I gotta be in order to make this shit, you know what I mean? So that we can change the circumstance. Stevie.
Alright. Is there anything you want to say?
Honey sweeter than blood. Honey sweeter than blood. Honey sweeter than blood. Honey sweeter than blood. Y'all gonna see. I ain't gotta talk it up. I niggas gonna feel it. I'm dead though.
I look forward to the show.
Yeah.
I look forward to our children playing together.
I look forward to that too.
I look forward to, you know, seeing you really make your dreams become a realization and getting that bread.
I appreciate it. I'm glad I can still watch you do that shit after all this time.
Yeah, 50 looks good if you wanted to.
I see. Sure.
I think.
Oh, thank you.
I love you.
Lay you back.
Steve, if you wanted to, real quick.
Come on, I'm ready.
How much time is on the camera?
8 minutes.
Yo, it's something cute in here. I need you to holler at me. It's something cute in here. I need you to holler at me.
Steve.
Nigga say he gave me a bad weed baggie in the
My
80s.
nephew. So Steve, I've known you, a long time, and you're always younger than all the others. So you might have had a tougher time, but it seems like it made you a better man. Talk about that.
I mean, I was around a lot of things at an early age, so I was just forced to, evolve at a quicker pace than a lot of people, and also mature. And I seen a lot of people around me that was older than me fucked up, so I learned from their mistakes too. So when they had to go through shit, I had to go through it with them,
And also you speak each other.
I did. Yeah, I was.
Whoa. He was like the chubby curly head. Remember how when y'all was bad when I used to do like the Punisher?
Yeah, he used to make us do like, I remember one time he came home late at like 5 in the morning. It must have been like maybe 10 or 11. And we had to get driver for the night. I think one of the cousins, or two of the cousins was messing around with some girls. We had some girls or whatever. And we came home at like 5, 6 in the morning. You was just so relieved that we walked through the door.
Yeah, y'all were like 8 years old.
Right.
I
was like 10, so they must have been like 13, 14, 15.
Right.
So I was like 10. And you was so happy that we walked through the door. And he was like, I'm gonna let y'all get some rest. I will wake her up. But then he came back like 2 hours later, pounded us out, pause. I mean,
There's like 5 of y'all.
but yeah, then we had to do a little boot camp shit on Chesapeake.
To make your
I can
run.
reference what that is now, like running from downtown up to like 20-something Street, nonstop.
Yeah, that's to make your run.
Yeah, that was kind of brutal.
Yeah, and you be like, I got asthma. I don't want to hear that shit. You still got asthma?
You know what?
Start crying.
I get on a bike, like laughing at y'all, like it's like keep running. I don't hear that shit.
Yeah. The funny shit is these allergies done triggered the asthma back. I got the asthma back. I had asthma like 15 years.
So you give it, you don't need it. You ain't gonna have it.
Yeah.
Knock that out. So you got this thing going on in the Lower East Side. You want to talk about that?
Oh yeah, we got the shop Lambs on 74 Orchard Street. 3-floor facility. Got art, clothing, tattoo shop, library.
I was in Vogue and all that.
Yeah, he was on Vogue recently for one of the hottest spots in New York City.
So you're the fly guy in the Lower East Side, right?
And that's what I heard. I heard that.
That's the word in the street.
Yeah, I heard that. I can't tell,
Remember, I was the fly guy.
Yeah.
Remember that. Yeah.
We on the same block too. You was
I already know. I like that. So tell me about this project and where it's going and how it all came about.
Honey Sweeter Than Blood, the album from Dad, Uncle John, Lil Damien, came about from we went on a trip right before COVID to DC, and we was in a kid's studio. It was just like a perfect environment for them to, be creative and liberated in a sense, But it was like no limits to nothing, and a lot of good music got made. And I feel like a whole nother sound was also spawned out of that space as well too, which is gonna come in the near future.
And you were the administrator behind all of it.
Yeah. I was.
Put it all together. Leading the administrator, that's good.
Yeah. Man, I gotta assume the position, both. But yeah.
Good. Well, I'm proud of you.
Appreciate it.
And there's more we can talk about, but we'd be here all day.
But the shit they can expect from this album though is the album, which is the music, the merchandise that we're gonna drop this summertime, the shows, the documentaries, the zine, which would include photos, lyrics, and other lifestyle moments.
I showed you my magazine?
Yeah, which one, American New? Or which one? You got someone
I shot in Wyoming.
I think you showed me on the phone as a PDF still.
I'll show you before we do.
Word.
So yeah, let's tell them where they can find you.
I'm on Instagram. I don't really do too many other things. Stevie Scott Turr on Instagram.
You're a director, photographer, all this. You got a lot of things going on. You're a creative director kind of guy.
Yeah, I got some tape.
So you're the swaggy guy. So whoever wants some swag and you don't have any,
come holler.
Come holler and they'll sell you some.
Right. You can figure something out.
All right. Better have it.
Or good looking out. I mean, what's so crazy? Like now, I feel like I could reference 10 years because with me being a younger dude and growing and evolving, I think it's so fire that I was the kid at the party and I'm the guy throwing the parties and shit.
Yeah,
it's cool. So I'm looking forward to see what the next 10 years is gonna be like.
It's gonna be owning the party.
Right. I don't even gotta throw it. I'm just gonna own it.
Yours.
Right. Yeah, we need to start that now.
Toast to that. Come on, bro.
Sure we do.
How many minutes we got, dude?
2.
Cool.
2 minutes of warning.
So introduce yourself and, talk about I'm not even gonna ask the questions. I'm gonna let you say whatever you want to say because we only got 2 minutes.
Yo, this is Truly B, also known as Don't Watch TV. I'm a Buffalo kid, out here in the world, working with the guys, I met Stevie in New York before they even had the store built up. And it was funny because when I ran into him, I'm like, either I'm not gonna like him or he just like me. Cause I'm like, new to New York, coming from Buffalo, don't nobody know about Buffalo. Niggas in New York is like, what the fuck is Buffalo? So I'm like, I got a boulder on my shoulder. I'm like, I see my man, I didn't even know he was from Jersey, so I'm thinking I'm meeting a New York dude. It's like on shit, he like on his mission. Like, yo, we about to build this up. And seeing him build that up and how like facilitating the space and creating spaces can like create the culture that we doing and moving in. And that's the most important thing. That's why I'm here. Because I'm like, the creative kid that's like doing the shit, the artist that run, basically. You know what I mean? So, and I'm thankful for being here too. Like bro said, I grew up watching the culture, and growing up in it. And it's like, it's amazing to be the ones like moving it and having something to say to the kids that's listening to us and looking at us and looking at how we move and shaking and shit. So, thank you.
Yeah, I can relate. Good thing. I like what y'all doing. They were telling me you paint.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
30 seconds.
I went to performing arts school, studied visual arts, and when I moved to New York, I began to live as an artist outside, picked up the spray paint shit, and now I'm like painting on canvases, paying bills, painting shit.
Best way to live. I tell them, but
Don't watch
where they can
TV.
find you.
We in the world, you know what I'm saying? Google it, whatever you gotta do, but you probably gonna see me if you pull up Lambs, LA, your baby mama crib, you know what I'm saying? We out here. Shout out to the fam, you know what I mean? Honey is sweeter than blood, you dig? Love.
Alright. So that, everything,
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
All right, back up. That was dope.
Cool,
I
thank
wish
you.
we had more time. Shit, we're gonna prepare, but there's more shit now. Good job.
Thank you.
So what you gotta do?